What's going on, you guys? This is New York Adventurer 1994 here, and I'm back with another video after I just made the video regarding our 2023 NFL season this year. And I am back to make this video because today is the peak of the 2023 hurricane season for both of the oceans, the Atlantic and the Pacific. So far, we have had a pretty active hurricane season. It's starting to go above average because of what's been happening lately with Hurricane Lee and Hurricane Margot or Margot. I can't say that name right. And we have had Idalia make landfall in Florida like 2 weeks ago. It impacted northern Florida and in the southeast, and then it went out into the ocean and hit Bermuda after it got hit from Hurricane Franklin. So we have a lot of hurricane activity happening now, and now we have to focus on Hurricane Lee. That could end up affecting us next weekend. Hurricane Lee was a Cat 5 hurricane. And now it's expected to either hit the Northeast or hit Atlantic Canada. We don't know what the outcome's going to be. I'm not believing anything until it gets closer to that day. But I am prepared for it. For a worst case scenario. Yeah, we were expecting a less active hurricane season, but boy were we wrong. The El Nino is not that strong enough to make the hurricane season less active. I still think this is a lagging La Nina effect where the Atlantic's pretty active and we would have a cold winter afterwards and a lot of dangerous snowstorms. But I think the La Nina is coming back up because the Atlantic's been pretty active this hurricane season. I thought we didn't have that much to worry about with hurricanes making landfall on the eastern seaboard, but we just had Hurricane Idalia, and now we have to eye on Hurricane Lee, which could threaten the Northeast this next weekend and Atlantic Canada. Yeah, so if you guys live in the Northeast, you have to be on high alert for Lee. I don't know if it's leaving out in the ocean or it could come right towards us. I don't know. I'm still not believing anything until it gets closer. And we have 2 more disturbances coming off the coast of Africa now with 30% chances of forming. And we have Tropical Storm Jova expected to weaken pretty soon, become a remnant this week. So yeah, the Atlantic has become active, and we were less worried about it being active and having hurricanes on the eastern seaboard, but now we have to put our focus on Lee now. And we just got past Idalia, which was a disaster, but it was not on the same disaster level as Hurricane Ian or Irma for Florida, but it still was a disaster. And we had Hurricane Irma 6 years ago today, making landfall in Florida. That they ended up closing the theme parks in Florida, in Orlando. All 3 theme parks were closed. Walt Disney World, Universal, and SeaWorld. They were closed for 2 days regarding the hurricane. It had to be 2 days because the hurricane was mostly a night hurricane for Orlando, and we had to give the hurricane time to pass through before we could open up again. And there were some cleanup efforts right after that. So the park had to open 2 days after that. Yeah, Hurricane Irma was a disaster in Florida, in the southeast, and the islands. And I just said in my last video that an NFL game had to be postponed. And the Tampa Bay Rays had to play their home games against the Yankees at Citi Field after that. Yeah, 2017 was chaos. We had Hurricane Harvey, Irma, and Maria. That trio of hurricanes was a huge disaster. And Long Island and the Northeast had to deal with Tropical Storm Philippe back in late October on the 5th anniversary of Hurricane Sandy. And that was pretty insane. That a lot of people were out of power for days. It became an extratropical and then a bomb cyclone that delivered us hurricane force winds at like 10 o'clock at night. And a lot of people in the Northeast had to deal with hurricane force winds. That power was out for days, and there was a lot of flooding. It was a tropical storm. It was a tropical storm Philippe, and then it became extratropical when it escaped the southeast, and it made its way up the eastern seaboard. And it became a strong extratropical, and then a bomb cyclone, and then a nor'easter type storm. And it happened like the day after I came back from Pittsburgh. That was a huge disaster. And it was on the 5th anniversary of Hurricane Sandy. So on the 5th anniversary of Hurricane Sandy, people found themselves in the dark again. So yeah, we are at the peak of hurricane season, and I guess that's it. Bye.